Okay, I guess we're recording. So I've been in photography for over 14 years, and the change in the industry that is happening right now is something that I think has been slowly progressing to this point, but it's not something I've seen this blatantly until this year, right? And I feel like it's going to set the precedence for what the industry is going to look like over the next few years, and it's something that I think photographers need to pay attention to. If you take a camera that was produced in 2010, a professional camera that was produced in 2010, and you take a camera that is released this year or maybe in the last 4 years, and you put both of them together and you just run them through your paces, just try to see what camera is better. Obviously, the camera that just came out in the last 4 years is going to be a lot better, right? But if you actually look at the images and you put both cameras in the hands of like professional photographers, you probably not be able to tell the difference in image quality. And that's how stagnant the quality of our photos have been over the past few years, right? And that's because when it comes to photography and also videography, cinematography, whatever it is, when it comes to the visual arts, it goes beyond what the camera can do, and most likely what the photographer or the creative in general can actually bring to the table. That's what determines if your photos are going to look nice. Because I can give somebody who just started photography today 50 megapixel camera, right? And give somebody else who's been in photography for the longest time 24 megapixel camera. And when they create images, you can see that there is going to be a huge difference in quality. The person that's been doing photography for the longest time is going to have way better images than somebody who just started photography today and has a professional camera at hand, right? So if you do look at it, the parts of our cameras that have been advancing have not been the quality for the most part. Yes, they'll say dynamic range here and there, but for the longest time we've been shooting with RAW, and it's just very easy for you to actually understand how to shoot with RAW. For examples, underexpose here, if you want to protect your highlights, then overexpose if you're trying to protect your shadows. Once you understand a few of these things, then for the most part, you'd probably be able to do well with any camera's dynamic range. And if you shoot like me in the studio and maybe like controlled environments outdoors, then dynamic range isn't something that you are really worried about, because for the most part, the dynamic range of your camera is good enough. So if you actually do look at this, when it comes to quality of the images that come out of the camera, it's been pretty stagnant. It's been the same. Yes, cameras have evolved. We have eye autofocus, we have faster read speeds. And over the past few years, when you look at like what these camera brands actually advertise to us when it comes to releasing a new camera, it's been two things basically. It's been the autofocus and the speed of the camera, which for a lot of photographers, they don't really need that much speed, to be very honest. Like, I'm not saying there aren't like photographers that need that much speed. If you shoot weddings, I don't think you need 100 frames per second continuously. But if you shoot sports, then yes, if you shoot wildlife, then yes. But for the most part, I feel like there are, correct me if I'm wrong, more portrait, wedding, product, all these other types of photographers than wildlife and sports photographers. Now, I'm pretty sure there are a ton of wildlife and sports photographers, but this is just my thought process. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. And the other thing that camera brands have been really investing in is the video features. And right now, I feel like more R&D is put into developing video features more than the photography aspect of the camera. And I really don't blame them, because if you look at it, like I said, the industry is evolving and moving towards motion pictures and not just stills. Stills are good. Stills have been here for the longest time. I feel like Instagram took stills to a whole new level that had never been seen before and brought the photography boom of the 2010s to like the 2020s and all that, right? And now it's kind of like the takeover of TikTok, where people are more interested in video. And if you look at like phones, they're more interested in like the video qualities that come out of phones and all that stuff. And it's the same thing right now when it comes to cameras. People are more interested in the video aspect of cameras right now. The Z6 Mark III just released. That's the Nikon Z6 Mark III, just released today. And I was on my way to work while I was listening to at 8 a.m. this morning, which is a weird time. By the way, if you're watching this video, it's probably going to be the next day, so it got released yesterday. And I was actually looking at the specs or listening to the specs of that camera. And almost nothing had been done to the photography aspect of the camera. It was so crazy that a YouTuber was having a live talking about it and asked a Nikon representative, and the question was, we have a ton of video features in this camera, right? What should photographers be excited about? What's the new thing that photographers should be excited about? And he had no answers. He tried to speak here and speak there, but at the end of the day, there was no answer. So what does this actually mean for photographers? It means that we are at the point where we actually have to adjust to how the industry is moving, right? Because most cameras right now, and I've been saying it for a long time, can shoot hybrid. They are really good at taking photos, but they are really getting better at shooting videos. And most clients right now actually do need video content. So if you are a photographer right now, I think just having that tag as being only a photographer is something that you need to probably look at and think about, and then move with the industry. Because if the industry is moving one way and you're stagnant, then there's a possibility that industry is going to leave you behind, and you do not want that for your business. We started with still cameras that could shoot film, moved to the age of the 5D Mark IIs and the Canon 7D, and we started introducing video into DSLRs. Then Sony came, and Sony changed the whole game and started introducing really good videos into mirrorless cameras. Now, everybody has moved mirrorless, because if you do not, the industry is going to leave you behind. So as somebody that is a professional, but also a consumer of this technology that's coming out, I feel like it's that time for us as photographers to also evolve with what everything's telling us, especially the industry right now. And the industry is saying that its focus right now over the next few years is going to be towards videos. Now, I'm not saying you should quit photography and not do photography. I'm just saying you're at that point where I think you should actually learn the trades of videography. Learn how to become a better videographer. Understand what 24 frames per second is. Understand why you shoot 60 frames per second. Understand that if you're shooting 60 frames per second, your shutter should be double that amount. Know what log is, Canon log, N log. Know what raw video is. You should know all these things. Know that you should use an ND filter when you're shooting outdoors. Understand composition. Understand how to light, make your footage look cinematic. Understand these things. Understand how to use something or an editor as basic as Final Cut, or something more complicated like what's the Blackmagic one? Can't remember. But I'm just saying, we're at the point where the industry is moving in a particular direction. And like I said, if you do not move in the industry, I feel like you're going to get left behind. But anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know what you guys think about this topic. I'm going to be making a few more videos concerning my thoughts on topics like this. And yeah, also check out my digital store. Links will be in the description below. If you're looking to retouch better, retouch faster, maybe I should create video lots, because the industry is moving that way. I don't want to get left behind. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Have an amazing day, guys. Like I said, digital store. Thank you for the support. Links will be in the description below. Peace out, my guys. Peace out.